collectors and action figure fans, it's the one and only Ophthalmopotamus coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the new Marvel Legends X-Men Age of Apocalypse Sunfire. For the package, standard Marvel Legend package here. Got that open window that fully showcases the figure. And then you can see that he comes with Sugarman's other pair of arms. Side of the box here has a stylized image of him from that comic book series with Apocalypse right there. Opposite side has that same image. Come around to the back, and it says scorching ionized plasma allows Sunfire to fly, protect himself, and blast his enemies. Then you see all the other figures that are in this wave that allow you to build Sugarman. But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Sunfire opened up and out of his packaging. Now, Shiro Yoshida was approached by Magneto at the very beginning of Apocalypse's rise. He went to Sunfire and his cousin Silver Samurai and asked them to work with them and the X-Men to stop Apocalypse. Now, despite his country's isolationist sort of policies, Sunfire accepted the invitation and left his cousin behind to help fight Apocalypse. During Apocalypse's intense attack on Asia and Europe, Sunfire rushed back home to Japan pretty much on his own. The X-Men were in Russia, and Magneto had asked them to wait, but obviously a man of honor and such, like Sunfire, could not wait. He got to Japan and found his country in flames and his cousin Silver Samurai leading refugees away from Apocalypse. Basically enraged, Sunfire ambushed Apocalypse and his forces. And as Sunfire fought bravely, basically by himself, he could not stand up against the might of both Apocalypse and his son, Holocaust. And due to it, Sunfire exploded, releasing a nuclear-level blast that destroyed almost everything, scorching a huge area of Japan. And while it destroyed almost everything around him, the blast did not kill Holocaust or Apocalypse, but it did provide the Silver Samurai time to evacuate Japan. Basically left as a burnt out shell, Sunfire was captured and was given to an earlier horseman of Apocalypse, Death, for testing. The X-Men finally did come and save him. And while he healed, Magneto created a new suit for him that would allow him to stay safe from his own powers, thus reuniting Sunfire with the X-Men and continue to fight against Apocalypse. Now, word had gotten out that despite giving his word that he would cease experiments on humans, it was discovered that Apocalypse had no intentions of doing that. And Sunfire, as well as Blink, discovered that these experiments were still going on in Chicago. Unfortunately, though, again, severely wounded, Blink used her powers of teleportation to return her and Sunfire back to the estate where the X-Men were hiding, which did give Apocalypse their location, which ultimately resulted in Magneto's son Charles being kidnapped. Very fun and powerful character. Now for his accessories, as you can see, he does come with the other pair of arms for Sugarman. These ones are just like a fist, and then this is the one that he holds his hammer weapon in. But again, great detail on him. You got the foot. I mean, it looks like it's hair. I mean, I don't know if that's what it's meant to kind of replicate, but it almost just comes across as like wrinkles and scars. But again, great detail with the musculature and then the vein work and everything. Absolutely gorgeous. You got the little belt buckle wraps around his wrist. Of course, you got some rings on his hand. Again, we'll put all this together. We'll take a full look at him in due time, but that's what he comes with, and that's it. That's a common theme with these new figures. They don't come with anything, which it's kind of unfortunate, but Shiro here is an absolutely great figure. One of the best looking in terms of this new line. What they did with it, and I'm curious if they actually just used that Iceman body, because as you can see, he's semi-translucent, which allows you to see through there. You can see some of the joints. It's not bad, I don't think. I'm sure some people would complain about it, but you can see some of the pins and everything, but I think it looks really cool. One thing I'm noticing though is in some areas, like right here, there's some scratching. I don't know if that's, oh no, yeah, that paint just comes right off. It looks like, yeah, I mean, that's kind of crappy, so keep doing it, Paul. I mean, that doesn't bother me all that much because it kind of looks like battle damage, honestly, so I'm okay with it. But, I mean, this really is a gorgeous, gorgeous figure. The way that they got the flame effect kind of going along with the yellow translucent body is really cool. Come in to take a closer look. As Shiro is Japanese, he wears that mask on his face that nicely homages the Japanese culture. You got the little red circle right there, so it's the land of the rising sun. And then you got the white, which again looks absolutely amazing. But then you can see that the head sculpt actually has these flames coming up from it, which again, really very cool. I don't know how well that's coming across on camera. In hand, it is gorgeous. You can see that he's got this piece going around that is permanently attached, so you can't remove it. But again, looks really nice added to the figure. The rest of the body, like I said, has that yellow translucent going throughout it, but you have these different black elements kind of picking out some of the extra details. And then you look at the forearms of them. The arms are different. You got like this one right here has the flames, and then the hand also has some sculpted in flame work. That's the same here on this one with the forearm having, I mean, it's a slightly different sculpt, so it's not just a reuse, but the forearm section has that flame on there, and then the hand also has flames. Again, I don't know enough about Marvel Legend figures. I don't collect enough of them to be able to be like, oh yeah, this part is from this figure. So if there are reused parts, I apologize. I'm not privy to a lot of that information. But you look at the rest of the body, again, that goes throughout the entire thing. I just love that clear look on him. It's so ridiculously cool. Like I said, in terms of just the overall look on him, it's one of the coolest looking in this first wave. He wasn't a huge or very major character in the series, but definitely had a cool look to him. First articulation, the head is on a ball joint. You do have that pin or that hinge section as well, so you can get him flying if you really wanted to. This guy would definitely benefit from a flight stand. You got the shoulders here that do have like a butterfly joint allowing you to move them in pretty decently, back pretty decently, although this one, yeah, there we go. You can get them really contorting. I mean, that's really cool. They rotate. They have the rotation at the upper part of the bicep. You do have two bends here at the elbow. Pretty much, though, it just gets a 90-degree range of motion. The wrists, forward and back, and they also have that hinge. You have a ab crunch. You have a waist swivel. You have the hips, move forward and back, in and out. They rotate at the upper part of the thigh. Two bends at the knee. They also have a boot cut right down there, but again, like you can kind of see the peg right there. It's all clear. So, I mean, some people would probably get bothered by that. I don't think it looks all that bad, honestly. And then you do have the hinge forward and back, and then the weird ankle tilt thing. So, again, great figure. One of the standouts, in my opinion, looks-wise. Really, absolutely gorgeous piece. I mean, you can even use some like flame effects if you really wanted to, like something like this, and maybe, I don't know, plug that on there. And that's kind of weird looking, I guess. I don't know how you could do it. I mean, you could probably do something, I guess. I mean, why not? You know, it's a thing that you can do. But like, just the aesthetic and the looks of them, definitely, like I said, is a standout for me. Maybe do something like that, like he's holding a ball of flames or something. I don't know. And you just have fun with it. They're toys. Have fun with your toys. But really very cool. Like I said, not a very prominent character in the series. Definitely very powerful one. Just not very prevalent in the series, which is a shame, but it's understandable, I guess. I mean, they had a lot of other characters to kind of focus on, but I do recommend them. Like I said, he's definitely a standout if you're collecting them. You need the pieces, so you got to get all of them to put them together. But at least in this kind of instant, the figure's not a bad figure to add to your collection. So, all that being said, if Sunfire here is a figure that you would like to add to your collection, he will be hitting various retail locations fairly soon. So if you're looking for him, good luck and happy hunting. Or as always, you can go online and get him easily at places such as Big Bad Toy Store. So for that, I'll put a link right down in the video description where you can go to BBTS and you can check out availability on this guy, as well as the rest of the wide range of Marvel Legend figures. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Remember, if you liked this video, I would really appreciate if you would do just one small thing for me, and that's simply just to hit that thumbs up button. That one very small gesture really does go a long way towards helping me out, and I would really appreciate it. Also, I want to send a huge shout out to all of my patrons who, through their continued support, now more than ever help to make reviews like this possible. And finally, remember, the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.